Hi guys, and welcome back to Koi Fish Johnny. This is a great episode, especially for all you guys that have been following my journey trying to clear this green water. The pond water has just been amazing. I mean, we used a magic clear, and that did have an effect. For a couple of weeks it was a lot better, but then it's just gradually got better and better and better. Whether the magic clear has allowed the UV light to breathe and get on top of things, or whatever has happened at the end of this journey of having pure green pond water for ages, it's finally ended. And I'm going to take you over in a second and you can have a look at the fish. The lighting's quite good, so we'll do a top-down view, we'll look in through the window and we'll have a good gander at the fish. In relation to my microscope, the USB one didn't work, obviously, check that video out. Then I got another microscope off Amazon for 75–80 quid. That didn't work, not even bothered doing a video on it, that was rubbish as well. I'm trying to get the Apex Practitioner because that is the one that I want. I really want it. I've even messaged them to say, hey, I want your microscope, it's out of stock, when's it back in stock? Because I am that desperate to get that one. As you know, I was ripped off online with a Facebook thing, but that's life. Things like that happen. Anyway, I'm waffling on about that now. We're going to have a walk over. There's something on the side of the pond which I'll show you as well in relation to a new thing I'm going to have to do which I ain't massively comfortable with, but nonetheless as a koi keeper or keeper of fish, I'm going to have to get used to doing this because it does happen every now and again. But anyway, let's get back onto the positive subject. Shirt's nice. That's not the positive subject. The positive subject is the water clarity. So I'm going to have a little wander over and I'll pop myself down right next to the pond really. And hopefully some of the fish, there you go, look, they're coming in. See that? I don't know how well it's going to pick it up. Look at that. I mean, it's absolutely amazing to see the quality of water, the clarity of water, should I say, as good as this. Because it wasn't as good as this last year. I didn't have the Tempest on, but I've got the Tempest on now. So now the green water's gone. I think the Tempest is really coming into its own, sort of polishing up the water, making it like crystal clear. Around the bottom drain, you can actually see the rim of it. It is that clear. In fact, let's get me off this screen and let's show you what I'm talking about. There we go, guys. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And then if we'll just pop up the top a second. Okay, let's pop up the top. Look at that. Fred there, ready to eat as always. The rest of the gang. I mean, you can look right down to right down the bottom to like the Yamabuki. Here's the Shagoi, Otis, there's White Walker, there's Jagger. So if I want to do an head count now, it's really quite easy because I can see them all. Right, so I'm sure that you'll agree, seeing the koi like that is absolutely fantastic. Having the water clarity that we've managed to achieve is brilliant. It's something that I dreamed of about 8 to 10 weeks ago when I started this journey, messing around with the pump speeds, trying different things. Tried literally everything, but the pump speeds is quite interesting actually. I got them set to what I had the pump speeds at last year, which is 30% on the skimmer, so 3,000 litres, and 40%, 4,000 litres down the bottom drain. That's pretty much what I did last year, because it was my first time with this pond last year and with a vari pump. So set and forget, that's what I did. So this year I tried different things and it hasn't quite worked out, so I've reverted back to the 30 and 40% pond pump speeds, and that seems to have worked. That said, I did treat with a magic clear beforehand, so what effect that had, I don't know. I know at the beginning it had quite a strong effect, but then it seemed to stabilise and we were left with not true transparency. But now we definitely have achieved that. In fact, if we have a look from this angle, we'll be able to see just how clear the water is. See him coming around the back. See Fred here coming up. Come on, son. Hello. He does love a good stroke, does Fred, as you know. But if you can see right down there, you can see Eric, who was the guy that inspired all the journey, and he's like quite a camouflaged fish there. Right at the bottom, he's got like a brown back on him, and he's a tench, I think, a golden tench. They're heading off. He is very hard to see him. You could see him clear as day then. And he was at the bottom. So here we are, there's Foz in the middle, a little Gimbrin Kaku. I mean, they are literally right down the bottom. There's Otis, the brown Shagoi, a little bit higher in the water. And the bottom drain, if we go and look at the bottom drain actually, I'll just put my hand over to aid its ability. I know that I can see that with the naked eye quite clearly. Okay, beautiful. The pond clarity, the water clarity is absolutely sensational. I mean, look at the bottom, look at that. You can see absolutely everything. It's beautiful. You can see that it's absolutely ridiculously good. So I did treat with that Magiclear and it did have the effect, but not like the concluding effect that's on now. Now I did that about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's just systematically, since I've left the UV line on at 3,000 litres an hour, it has literally got to that clarity. So maybe it was the pump speed being too slow, maybe it's the time of year. A lot of people that I know in the koi industry that I've been speaking to have also had the same problem, so I'm not the only person that had the green water problem. But now I've resolved mine, we're on to a new problem. So the new problem is that Morrison has got the mouth rot thing going on. So basically what I've had to buy now is Koi topical treatment kit. That is a very, very nice, I think it is a Sankey, I think that's a Sankey, it's beautiful. And basically it treats for ulcers, wounds and abrasions, so anything on the skin. When I've been reading through the instructions that are in there, it does seem a little bit complicated. Not complicated, but there's a lot to consider for somebody like myself who is, A, it's the first time I'm going to be sedating a fish, B, is I've never treated a wound as such on a fish, and I've never treated really a wound anywhere, really, because just go to the hospital, other than putting a plaster on. Maybe I've done that at some point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all this kit, read through it, hopefully find a few examples out there of people that have done it before successfully, and maybe things that I can avoid doing, or I'll do a video on that later. It is something I am extremely nervous about doing, is firstly the sedating of a fish. I mean, putting something living to sleep, I've never done before. So that is probably going to be a steep learning curve without a safety net, because if something goes wrong, so I'm literally going to be researching. But please like and please subscribe to the video. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the fish from the top down perspective, and I hope you're enjoying being part of my journey here. The last thing I'd like to say is I'm absolutely devastated that I can't be at the BKKS Koi show this weekend. My wife's going away for the weekend. I'm left with both kids, and there's no way on earth I'm capable of taking a just under 1-year-old baby and a temperamental 3-year-old to a Koi show and surviving. Not possible, not going to happen. So unfortunately I'm out this year. I'm gutted. I would have loved to have been there, because some people that I'd love to meet and shake their hands, and there's some people that I'd like to put faces to the comments, which would be great. But I hope you guys have a wonderful time at the Koi show. It looks amazing. I've been following it on Facebook and all the YouTube little channels, watching it get ready. I'm a bit like, why do you have to go away this weekend? But it is what it is. Can't cancel now. Anyway, please like, please subscribe, and we're going to get into that next. Take care, guys.